Hello again, my name is Glenn Cummings. I'm the president of the University of Southern Maine. Welcome to the second section of our April USM update. We're talking, as promised, about a development of a new fishery where green isn't always good, and you'll find out why in just a minute. With us today we have Dr. Rachel Lastly Rasher. Is it Rasher?
Lastly Rasher.
Rasher. Gotcha. Sorry. And you are with us for the first year as a professor here at USM in the biology department. We'll be hearing more from you in just a minute. And with her is Marissa McMahon. Marissa is with a company called Manomet, and you do fisheries and wildlife development, I guess, or marine biology development. And we'll talk about some of the things that you're working on here on the Maine coast. And then finally, we have with us Erica Forelli, and Erica is a senior this year, and she is benefiting from this internship. So let's start with you, Dr. Rasher. Can you tell us a little bit about what is going on here? You have kind of partnered with your program in your marine biology classes with Manomet, and it's to the advantage of our students. Can you give us a little bit of background?
Sure. So just being in Portland, I see it as a really great opportunity to partner with, there's so many organizations around in Casco Bay that are doing really interesting work in marine science and marine ecology. And so last fall, when I taught my marine ecology class, we had a lab associated with it, and I really wanted my students to get out and collect data that matters.
Can I just say,
sure,
the highlight of USM is professors like you who actually get our students out to do real work, so thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, it's my pleasure. And so I knew Marissa before, and I was always really intrigued by this work that she's been doing that I'll let her tell you more about with this invasive green crab. And so I wanted my students to go out with Marissa and learn a little bit about what she does and collect data that she could use. Yeah. And so it was through that lab that we did that. Marissa came and visited, and we went out in Kettle Cove and counted green crabs and looked for green crabs that had molted. Yeah. And then this idea of sort of a partnership came about that potentially we could have an intern work with Marissa.
Wow. Excellent idea. And by the way, so the Europeans, it's called the European green crab, Marissa, is that right?
Yep.
And so they've had the audacity to call our lobster an invasive species. Now we're getting them back by saying this European green crab is actually the invasive one.
Yeah.
So tell us about how you do, what's going on in terms of what do you want to do with the European green crab, and how do you incorporate Dr. Rasher's work and Erica's internship?
Yeah. So the European green crab actually invaded the U.S. in the early 1800s. So it's been here a long time. Their population seemed to be increasing with warming water temperatures, and so we want to find a way to sort of mitigate the harmful impacts of that invasive species. And one of the ways to do that is to develop a fishery. So
instead of putting toxins on the water to try to kill them, you're actually going to use them and eat them?
Ideally, that's what we'd like to do. Yeah. So the idea would be that we are promoting people going out into the environment and removing them because they can make money doing that. We're creating a value-added...
How do you make money doing that?
So that's the market development piece. So creating a culinary product that has market demand. It's not a wild, radical idea because there are culinary green crab products that exist in other countries that are worth a lot of money, very lucrative. And so we're trying to develop a model that is sort of based off of, in particular, this fishery in Venice, Italy. So soft shell green crabs.
So your company's actually out of Plymouth, Massachusetts, but your headquarters or your base is here in Brunswick, Maine.
Yep.
So will you be doing this along the entire Maine coast, or just to the mid coast, or
we're
down
focused in the mid coast area right now, but I'm part of a larger group that's doing this in New Hampshire and Massachusetts as well. So we're really trying to tackle this. It's a New England problem, and we're trying to tackle it on that scale. And one of the most important things that we are doing in order to really develop this fishery is just learning about the populations. So doing a lot of monitoring and surveys, and that's where Rachel's class came in really handy because we had the students out there actually conducting these surveys and collecting data that we need to utilize.
That's a perfect lead into Erica, right?
Yeah.
So Erica, is that the kind of work that you've been doing with Marissa and Manomet?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of data analysis of her work from last year, and that is the plan for the rest of the semester, is to get out and do some field monitoring as well.
How do you feel that helps you as a student? I mean, does it engage you, or does it bring to life kind of the things that Dr. Rasher has been talking about?
It totally does. It makes everything applicable that I learned in class, and all the graphs and everything that I thought would never come back.
And now it makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
there's definitely a connection.
Yeah. So, Dr. Rasher, so you thought about this from your ecology, your class that you taught last year. Is it ecological biology? Is that what you call it?
Marine ecology.
Marine ecology. So when you think about these kind of plans, when you want your objectives, what kind of things do you want out of a student like Erica? What are your plans with your objectives, and how does this help you get there?
Yeah, I really want our students to have. I think it's becoming appreciated more and more that internships are so important, if not essential, to getting a job after graduation. And so what I want is for the students to just have an experience where they get a little bit of a flavor for what a job in that field could offer. Of course, I do love it when they tell me things like, "Oh, now I see that equation you showed me. Now we're actually using that." That's great.
I teach microeconomics, and that will never happen. They're like, this is all based on an assumption. Don't worry. Marissa, is that true when you're hiring people? Does it make a difference that Erica might have on her resume an internship?
That's actually something I told Erica the first day she started. Yeah, I mean, when I'm looking for potential research technicians, or people that I'm going to hire on to work with me, I want to see that they've had hands-on experience. Of course, their education is incredibly important as well, but we want to see that people can hit the ground running and really have that experience under their belt already, because that really helps in terms of the progress that you want to make in a short-term time frame.
That's great. And Erica, as you think about your future, how does this all play into your future and what you'd like to do post USM? Because you're a senior this year, right? I'm going to be shaking your hands at graduation, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, it's definitely a good resume builder, and like I said, I'll probably continue on doing a little internship afterward, and it will definitely hone my skills for whatever I may be facing after. So.
Absolutely, will definitely help. Dr. Rasher, I want to thank you. You're exhibiting the kind of excellence that our USM professorship is known for, which is helping people figure out how to take all these great concepts and make them real world. Marissa, thank you for taking the time to build internships. I know some businesses think that that's not worthwhile. The fact that you do and understand its importance means a lot to us. And Erica, we wish you the best of luck in the work that you're doing. And I look forward to seeing you at graduation, and congratulations. Thank you.